At San Juan County Partnership, our mission is a thriving and healthy community. We strive to achieve this through educating our youth about eating healthy, moving every day, and the harmful effects of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. We educate adults about access to health care, the dangers of polysubstance use, and drinking and driving. We work hard to keep families housed and to help those without permanent shelter have a place to call home. We are here for you. We are San Juan County Partnership.
There are days when the weight of the world is heavy on your shoulders. But there is something you should know. You are never alone. There are beautiful people in this world who will walk with you when you feel off course, guide you when you need it most. They are there for you, and they're closer than you think.
This corner of the world is our corner. The caregivers of San Juan Regional Medical Center are working together in a shared mission and vision to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities we're privileged to serve. Life is our sacred trust. Better is our mission. Here is our home. San Juan Regional Medical Center. To life better here. Visit lifebetterhere.com to learn more.
KSJE On the Road is supported by San Juan County, building a stronger community since 1887. San Juan County includes the San Juan County Sheriff's Office, San Juan County Fire and Rescue, San Juan County Office of Emergency Management, and Riverview Golf Course in Kirtland. The mission of San Juan County is to provide responsible public services through the direction of the County Commission, while striving to be professional, courteous, and committed to improving the quality of life for citizens that it serves. Learn more at sjcounty.net. KSJE On the Road is supported by Four Corners Economic Development, supporting and building economically vibrant businesses and communities in the Four Corners region through effective partnerships. FORSET is a public-private partnership that unites county and municipal governments with its member businesses and other resource partners to build the intentional economic future of San Juan County. Learn more about the ways FORSET is helping existing businesses thrive and grow and attracting new businesses to the community at the number 4cornersed.com.
And joining me here at Lions Wilderness Park Amphitheater is Randy West from Four Corners Musical Theater, putting the finishing touches on Hairspray, which opens later on this week here at the park. Randy, hello. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Scotty. Always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on down.
You bet. We are here in the sun-drenched amphitheater.
We are, in fact.
Yes. And this is
But when you come to see the show, it's at 8 o'clock, and that's right at sunset, so it won't be this sunny.
That's right. It's a lot cooler for sure. But you are putting the finishing touches on Hairspray, and it's kind of here by popular demand, I would think, right?
Well, we did the same thing that we were talking about at the last time we talked about Legally Blonde.
Right.
And that was that the city did a census, kind of a survey, to all our ticket holders and to a big block of just citizens in Farmington to say, what do you want us to do? What would you like to see Four Corners Musical Theater be doing in their season? And we got quite a few responses. I had a few shows on there that nobody knew and nobody seemed to care about, but there were other shows on that, and you could write in your own shows, and it ended up that what we're doing for this season is what I call our movie season,
right?
Because they voted for Legally Blonde, which was a movie, and then they voted for Hairspray, which was a movie, And then in the very beginning of August, we do Disney's Little Mermaid back at the Civic Center. And then our Halloween musical in the end of October is The Addams Family, and that was a TV series first, but then it was a movie.
It was a couple movies,
so
that's true.
All the musicals we're doing were once movies.
Okay, all right. Well, that works, right?
It gives us a little bigger cast than we were thinking we were going to have in all these. We always plan a little bigger in the summer, but Legally Blonde suddenly got bigger than we thought it was going to be. But we found a way to make that work, and we're pretty good at problem solving. This is a good-sized cast, but we have a group of, in the show, there's a group of teenage fans, so those are played by our local high school kids, and so it breaks up. There's a pretty good portion of locals participating in this, along with the jobbed-in professionals, but it's a nice mix. And boy, I did this show one other time when I was at the Sondheim Center, and we were doing 3 musicals in the summer, and I put this last, and I seriously looked at it, and I said, well, it doesn't look that hard. I mean, I can do this in 12 days instead of 14 days. And what I didn't realize, when you come to see this show, almost every number in it is a production number. I mean, it just goes and it goes and it goes, which is great for the energy and the amount of dance. It's a big dance show, and it really is, and it's telling a good story about a larger size young teenager who just wants to be like all the other wonderfully accepted teenagers. And then it's based around the Coney Collins show, which, if you're old enough, maybe you remember, it's based on the Lloyd Thaxton show. Do you remember that?
That I don't remember.
Yeah, it came out of Baltimore and went national.
Gotcha.
So, and I remember, I wasn't like somebody that saw it all the time, but I remember seeing it on and off. He was trying to compete with,
some of those guys.
No, Dick Clark. And American Bandstand, which he just couldn't compete with.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a national phenomenon.
Sure.
But so it's based loosely on a true story.
Okay.
And it's about this show where teenagers dance, and the teenagers that do it mostly are the white kids, and once a month they bring in the black kids. And
this is set in the 1960s.
1962.
Okay.
Right. So it's really at that. It's at a point where we were all learning more about each other's cultures. I think the black culture was always kind of what it was, and it just kept encountering other things. But so there is a strong civil rights statement through the middle of this, and so it's actually about something. And some lovely musical. The score is just really fun.
We can hear a little bit of it in the background, the instrumentals that are playing, so that's great. And the music, I think people will be familiar with the music from probably seeing it in the movie or
Welcome to the 60s is in this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Of course, the Good Morning Baltimore.
Right.
The Coney Collins numbers. Which are they're a little different each time because they're a different dance. Believe it or not, at one point he introduces the Madison, which was a dance that was created in Baltimore and premiered on what would be the Coney Collins show. And in the middle of this, he says, he's doing a sock hop at a high school, and he goes, okay, make 2 lines. What are we going to do? They shout the Madison. And then he says, and where did it premiere? The Coney Collins show. Okay, here we go. Well, we had to do research and dig out exactly what the Madison was.
Right.
And that's what we're recreating on stage every show. The Madison is the real Madison.
Nice. And of course, we can't talk about the dancing without talking about your choreographer.
Yes.
Sarah Harkness.
Sarah Harkness is my associate director, and she is my choreographer. We met when she was 14 at a Chico City Light Opera, which was a professional theater in Northern California. And I was directing shows there. And first show I did was Camelot, and I needed a Nimue to let me choreograph them to dance around Merlin. And Sarah was 14 at the time, but she came out of Chico Ballet Company, very serious ballet dancer at that time. And she came in and she did a great job. And then we started doing shows together. And by the time she was 16, she was dance captaining for me. And usually you have to be in your 20s with much more experience. But Sarah was like a sponge, boy. She could see something I do and just repeat it back and teach it to other people. And so
now she's living and breathing 1960s dance moves.
Absolutely. She actually was a dance professor at Santa Fe College in Florida and had been there 10 years, and she came out to do Mamma Mia with me. And she had such a great time here working with the company, and it was a sandstone show. And at the end of the show, she said, "Can I go back and give my notice at the college, and then I'll move to Farmington. I will build the dance program for Four Corners Musical Theater, and I'd like to choreograph your shows." And I said, "Done and done." So she's been with us since... Well, she actually came out and helped with Rocky Horror, and so she was out helping us before that, but she moved here that next summer, so she's been here ever since Pirates of Penzance.
Yeah, nice. And here we are. And so
and she's in this show. She plays the evil, blonde, hateful woman.
Oh.
And her daughter. So it's Velma and Ember.
Okay. All right.
And we've inserted a little bit more humor in them because it's easy to just play them like the worst people who have ever drawn breath. And I just don't think in a musical, a one line character is interesting to play. So we've really, I've worked with Phoebe Mock for a long time. She's really gifted, who plays the daughter. And you know, I think we're doing a fairly funny Hairspray as well. So it's funny, it's a big dance show, the songs are great, and it's got a good message. So it's worth a night of your life, I think.
There you go.
And you picked it.
Yep, that's true. The public picked it. That's very true. And so the show opens Thursday?
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday performance.
All at 8 o'clock. We can't do a Sunday matinee because God won't turn the lights out.
It's a little warm out here.
Right.
That's right.
So we have to do every show at 8, but for 5 weeks, we start this week doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we close July 13th is the last Sunday that we do out here. We are taking the 4th of July off, so there is no show on the actual 4th of July, but every other Thursday through Sunday, we do sometimes get a little rain out here or lightning. We hoped that this is the earliest we've ever started this summer. We're hoping to get in front of the monsoons.
Yes, sir.
I wasn't sure.
That's right.
And
right. Monsanto's something very different.
That's right. That's another company.
Yes, sir.
But we've been all over doing what we do with musical theater, and certainly we're learning a lot about New Mexico because we love it here and we love just exploring everything about it. But we think by moving a little earlier, and then that leaves us not competing with Connie Mack.
Right.
So basically we do Hairspray, then there's the time for Connie Mack, and then we open Little Mermaid back at the theater, and that's the show that has a pretty substantial young person ensemble in it. So we have quite a few young people, and they've been rehearsing on Monday nights, which is the only night we only get Mondays off when we put these shows together, and we only rehearse 14 days. So we rehearse 6 days a week, take Monday off, rehearse 6 days a week, take Monday off, and then we have this Tuesday, which would be when we're our last rehearsal, and then we have a city invited group on Wednesday, which is great for us to learn how to work with an audience that's giving us reaction, and we feel the audience. We really do. It's an exchange of energies, and then we actually open on Thursday, and then Thursday through Sunday for 5 weeks out here.
There it goes, non-stop.
Non-stop.
So, there you are.
God willing, from your lips to God's ears.
All right, very, very good. Well, we got a chance to talk to some of the actors that are in the play, so let's take a break and go to some of those interviews, and then we'll come back to wrap up this show.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
All right, here we go. I am joined by Gareth West, who is also in Hairspray. Your character, Link
Larkin.
Okay.
full government name.
Yeah, exactly. And so how has it been being back in Farmington and performing here?
Ooh, it's been really amazing. It's, you know, every time I get to come back, it's like a brand new experience because I kind of delve a little deeper into just kind of loving the city, and I see new stuff, and I begin to feel more like a local. So it's been nice. It's been a lot of work because we were talking about it, but I'm doing this musical, and then I've also got a kind of a film thing going on, and it's a lot going on, but it's a lot of love for Farmington going underneath all of it. So
very exciting. And so working out here outdoors, it has its own unique qualities.
That's right. I'm slightly more tan than I was. I look like one shade less than a corpse, which is what I usually sit at.
All right.
that white balance card. Yeah.
Right. Okay. But it's fun.
But it's
You're
amazing. No, this is like, if you can, I mean, you guys can't see what I can see, but it's beautiful rock formations, and it's like, it's got, I think, the best view in Farmington. I think this is one of the most beautiful, absolutely stunning places that we get to have. So
it's a great spot, that's for sure. Well, good luck with the show. Good luck with the movie.
Thank
we'll talk to you again about that.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to it.
So good to see you.
Thank you. Joining me now, Tom Campbell is here. He is also in Hairspray this summer. He has been with Sandstone now for how many seasons?
I've been here for, this is going to be my third season.
Third season.
Fourth show.
Fourth show.
Mm-hmm.
And so you keep coming back. You must be enjoying yourself.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite places to be. Great people. Love the location. Yeah.
And so in Hairspray, who are you playing?
I played Mr. Pinky, and I played Brad, one of the nicest kids on the Corny College show.
Okay. All right. And how's it been going with this 2-week rehearsal schedule?
Well, the 2-week rehearsal schedule, it's pretty intense, but like with the people in charge of getting us into shape and the cast that we have, it's just a good time. All of us are having a blast.
You trust the process?
100%. I mean, we've been through this for Damn Yankees and Young Frankenstein. It's always a really quick process, but we turn it out every time.
And working and performing outside, that has its own unique elements.
You could say that. Yeah, yeah, it certainly does. You know,
right?
Yeah,
but you enjoy it.
I do. I do enjoy it. I don't know if I would do it every time, but I like doing it here and now.
Okay, but you have more appreciation for the air conditioning at the Civic Center when this run is over.
Oh, absolutely.
A little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Joining me now is Alan McBride. He is playing Seaweed in Hairspray, and this is his first show with Four Corners Musical Theater. How's it going?
It's going fantastic. I'm having the time of my life right now.
Nice. Have you been in Hairspray before?
This is my first time being in Hairspray. And
okay,
honestly,
so two firsts.
Yeah, 2 firsts. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And
okay.
It's a dream come true. Like, I'm playing the role that I've wanted to play for like my entire life.
Right, right.
It's a dream come true.
And how is it being here in New Mexico? Because you are not from New Mexico, you are here from Florida.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm originally from Gainesville, Florida. I go to school in Savannah, Georgia now, but yeah, born and raised in Gainesville, Florida.
So the sunshine is similar, but other than that, it's a little drier.
Yeah, definitely drier. I'm used to the sun a little bit. You know, if you know Florida, you know it gets hot.
Right.
It gets very hot.
And performing and rehearsing outdoors. Have you done that before?
This is my first time doing that before. Actually, like I perform outdoors.
Sure.
You know, but I've never done a full-on musical outdoors, so it's definitely something that I have to get used to. But it's definitely an amazing time I've been having right now. So
you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it.
Excellent.
Yes,
the 2-week rehearsal time, I mean, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, absolutely. No, like they were just like, yeah, we have 2 weeks to rehearse. I'm just like, okay, because normally, we get a longer time, but I'm used to have a little bit of longer time. But just had to be prepared, just had to be memorized, just had to be on top of everything. So that's what.
And working with the rest of the cast and crew, I mean, they're pretty much on top of it too, aren't they?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. No, we're all on top of it. We're all one big happy family. We've been working our butts off. So
great. Yeah. What's your favorite part about this production? Is it the music? Is it the dancing? Or something like that?
All of the above. The music is absolutely fantastic. I mean, for anyone who's a fan of Hairspray, they already know. Yeah, like music like Good Morning Baltimore, You Can't Stop the Beat, which is like the main song of the entire musical. Run and Tell That, which is kind of like the anthem for, the African Americans in this musical too. So yeah.
Very good. Well, good luck. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
And we'll look forward to the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
I am back with Randy West, of course, and we are talking about Hairspray. It is this summer's performance at Lions Wilderness Park Amphitheater, which is where we are on a lovely June evening, there's a few clouds, a nice breeze, so it's not as warm as it usually is.
Right.
It's certainly always cooler at 8 o'clock for showtime.
Oh, it's, and one of the other things, and people that have come to Sandstone over the years, you all know that, but we have this sandstone facade, all these rocks behind us, and then at about 8:20, we've started the show all over already, but when it starts going, we have some tremendous sunsets behind us.
No kidding.
And so you can't recreate those. You can't project them. You can't draw them. They're just something that is added by where Sandstone is and what makes it special. But there's many times we just have spectacular sunsets behind us.
Very true, very true. And it only adds to the performance.
Oh, we up at the pavilion, we have our dear friends from Clancy's, and they're doing high-end hot dogs and hamburgers, and they're doing popcorn and soft ice cream, candies, and so there's a whole kind of concession stand option, but there's also a grill where they're making fresh food. So we opened the gate here at 7:30 for an 8 o'clock show, and it's open seating, so some people want to get down there and claim their space. But you can come in as early as 6:30 and have a meal up there and then get ready for the show. Or you could literally come down and get your space at 7:30 and go up and get food and bring it down here during the... We just want you to have a great time.
See?
So there's also a beer truck here provided by Clancy's, and I don't know how many beers they have on tap. It's like 12. And then there's also a full bar that is available through Clancy's. So it's...
You make it a night out.
You can just come here and have a night.
That's true.
Dinner and a show.
Dinner and a
Can't
show.
do better than that.
That's right. That's very true. And so I'm a little disappointed there's no crab cakes on the menu, but that's a little tough in the desert.
Yeah.
So I think I understand.
You want those
why.
things fresh.
You kind of do. Yeah, you kind of do. That's true. So, but gosh, the show opens this week already.
Right.
It's gotten here before I was ready. I don't know. You guys are ready.
We're ready, but
Yeah.
it's funny for people who haven't done a show in 14 days before to say you are exactly where you're supposed to be, because they're almost in a panic mode where they are, and I say no, this is a process. It works within a few different changes or a few things we got to work with pretty much the same time, and what you get, it takes so long to teach the technique, to teach the blocking and the dancing and the vocal ability. What are you doing there? As soon as we kind of start getting that behind us, we practice integrated musical theater. So we're asking them to start acting what they're doing, and what gets a little compressed in this area is taking it from the technique-y rehearsal period to getting them ready to perform it. But this cast has moved just perfectly, so I think we're ready this weekend to see what we can learn by doing it in front of a real audience and getting that reaction.
There you go. How big is your cast for this show?
About 48.
That's
good.
Of people
Yeah.
to keep track of.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of folks. So very good.
And big costumes.
Yeah.
Big hair, let me tell you.
62.
Amber Glasgow, who does our wigs, has outdone herself.
Okay.
I don't know how many wigs there are in this show, but you'll see them from the very beginning, and they go clear to the end. So
lots of beehives.
a lot of beehives.
Okay. All right. There you go. And so you are here through about middle of July. Then
July
5 weeks.
13th.
July
Right.
13th. And then you take a couple weeks off, and then you start rehearsals for...
No, we end on the 13th,
Yeah.
which is Sunday. On the 15th, which is Tuesday, we start Little Mermaid, and then that has 14 days, and then it opens the first weekend of August.
Okay.
And that allows us for both our high school kids
Right.
and our younger kids, because we do have younger kids in Little Mermaid, and our college people that we bring in. We have college interns from quite a few schools that are here. By moving it forward a week, they can all stay in the second show and then leave. So there's no overlap this
Right.
year with the beginning of school.
Gotcha. So that's by design, too.
It is by design.
Got it. But,
We're learning how to do this.
see, that's all right. That, schedules are unique, so that's good to know. And then, as you mentioned, in October, you'll be back at the Civic Center with Adam's Family.
No, Little Mermaid.
Oh, well, Little Mermaid first.
Yeah,
After this.
Little Mermaid in August.
And then
Did you say in October?
In October.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I was going in order. Yes, we do Little Mermaid in August, first 2 weeks.
Right.
Big cast with a substantial amount of kids.
Yeah.
And then October, we start rehearsing the first week of October, and the last 2 weeks of October, we're doing The Addams Family, which was another choice by you, and we have kind of a new take on Addams Family that we think you'll like, and it's fun.
Okay. All right. Lots of things planned.
Yep. And then this we will be doing between the end of the summer and the beginning of Addams Family. The Teen Voices will be doing Beetlejuice Jr. at the theater, and then right after we finish Addams Family, we start rehearsing. It's by audition. It's our very best teen talent doing Charlie Brown's Christmas, and all the profit from that show goes directly back into the academy, and we did really well last year, so we're hoping to do as well or better this year.
Right.
And then we do the Littles, which is January, February, and I'm not sure we can announce their show yet, but that's the 8-year-olds to 12-year-olds. So, and we're offering classes. When our people come in that are, I mean, people that you're going to see doing micro checks behind me,
yeah,
they're also teaching classes while they're here in the 5 weeks,
which is great.
So you get a chance if you're building a resume and you want some names. These are some names, or if you want to just get trained by some of the best people, sign up and get in the academy.
There you go. That's true. And those are growing.
Growing like crazy. Yeah.
See what you've done? You know? So there you are. If you build it, they will come.
Well, I think we serve. There's when you look at Farmington, there's the outdoor recreation, there's the downtown, there's now making the river more exciting. There's all of these planned projects that the city council and the mayor and the city manager have been planning for quite a while. Well, we're one component of that. We're the cultural component. And when we started doing this, the city manager, Rob, who's a great guy, would call and say, "How we doing, Randy?" And I would say, "Baby steps. We're taking baby steps." Now, this is our 6th year, but we missed, 18 months for COVID.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of work during COVID. We did a lot of work at Sandstone. We did things in the parking lots. Sandstone is safer, I think, than it's ever been. And so we worked through that. But the company has been in existence for 6 years, and this is our 6th year. So
wonderful. Well, it shows, I think, and it's building, and I think the word is getting out about the quality of the performances that you bring to the area. And in addition to everything happening here and at the Civic Center, you've still got acts coming to the Toda Theater as well.
This year we're building a full season for the Toda.
Yeah.
It'll be a combination of movies we bring in and movies that Film Four Corners brings in, and we also are doing live performances, singers, comedians, and we do host the theater ensemble during the year, and Caliente, the really fine local choir, sings at the Toda.
Very true. Yeah. So, lots going on.
Well, it's 280. We're 500, and the Civic Center is 12. So, and we also have the other side of the Civic Center, where if you want to do a dinner theater or something like that, or a dinner cabaret, we can serve your dinner there, and you can put entertainment around it. So we're really trying to meet as many needs as we can. Plus, we are rented so solid for parties and graduations and just get-togethers. And so we're a rental facility that also is a service facility, and that's what they hired me 6 years ago, and that was very exactly. And I've got a great staff. I've got Ed and G and Jordan and Kelsey and all the office people and all the facility people, and they all have a life out here during Sandstone. So when we work, we always say 1 team, 3 buildings. And so it's a lot of great, dedicated people that are making a lot of stuff. And more people are aware that we're here, are aware of what we're doing, and want to either be involved or want to make sure they see everything. And that was our goal, so we're just building that goal.
Very good. Well, and for anyone watching or listening to us that still says there's nothing to do in Farmington,
well, let me tell you, I think there's a lot to do in Farmington, and that not only is the Civic Center, Tota, and Sandstone, it's the Recreation Center, it's the Sycamore Center. I mean, there are programs for little bitties all the way to adults. We're going to start teaching adult film classes, which is basically if you want to be an extra, what's the expectation there? If you want to loan out your house in a license to be part of a movie, how does that go? So we're teaching helpful classes for us to be involved. And I will say, as soon as we get done with Hairspray, there is a feature movie, a full 90-minute or a little longer feature movie being shot all in Farmington.
How about that?
And it's a superhero movie, and you'll see lots of sites in Farmington, and they're looking now to involve more and more Farmington people in it. It's underwritten by part of the state in 2 different areas. A lot of local talent helping with it, a lot of New Mexico talent. George R.R. Martin, who is in Santa Fe, does a lot to support filming in New Mexico, and he's involved in this project. And they're already green-lighted to do 2 more movies in the next year and a half in Farmington. So we've had movies come in and shoot scenes here, but all 3 of these, the predominant location will be Farmington, and that's cool too.
How about that? Okay, very good. Well, sounds like a future show.
Yeah.
So we'll be back.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. Randy, great to see you. Thank you so much.
Scotty.
Break all the legs, as they say.
Thank you for all you do for the arts and just for Farmington.
Well,
there are a bunch of us that do not take that for granted. Thank you so much.
For saying that.
And your station for supporting all the stuff you do.
Very kind.
Thank you very much.
While we're here, glad to do it. This is KSJE on the road, everybody, from Lions Wilderness Park Amphitheater and Hairspray.
At San Juan County Partnership, our mission is a thriving and healthy community. We strive to achieve this through educating our youth about eating healthy, moving every day, and the harmful effects of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. We educate adults about access to health care, the dangers of polysubstance use, and drinking and driving. We work hard to keep families housed and to help those without permanent shelter have a place to call home. We are here for you. We are San Juan County Partnership.
There are days when the weight of the world is heavy on your shoulders. But there is something you should know. You are never alone. There are beautiful people in this world who will walk with you when you feel off course, guide you when you need it most. They are there for you, and they're closer than you think.
This corner of the world is our corner. The caregivers of San Juan Regional Medical Center are working together in a shared mission and vision to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities we're privileged to serve. Life is our sacred trust. Better is our mission. Here is our home. San Juan Regional Medical Center. To life better here. Visit lifebetterhere.com to learn more.
KSJE On the Road is supported by San Juan County, building a stronger community since 1887. San Juan County includes the San Juan County Sheriff's Office, San Juan County Fire and Rescue, San Juan County Office of Emergency Management, and Riverview Golf Course in Kirkland. The mission of San Juan County is to provide responsible public services through the direction of the County Commission, while striving to be professional, courteous, and committed to improving the quality of life for citizens that it serves. Learn more at sjcounty.net. KSJE On the Road is supported by Four Corners Economic Development, supporting and building economically vibrant businesses and communities in the Four Corners region through effective partnerships. FORSET is a public-private partnership that unites county and municipal governments with its member businesses and other resource partners to build the intentional economic future of San Juan County. Learn more about the ways FORSET is helping existing businesses thrive and grow and attracting new businesses to the community at the number 4cornersed.com.